We're gonna try to write posts for a guy on LinkedIn so that they go viral. Do you have LinkedIn by any chance? Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm trying a challenge. I want to write 7 posts for a stranger because I have a tool that writes people's posts and I reach 120 million people on the platform. I actually have the most followers in Israel on LinkedIn.
Okay, so you want to be my friend in LinkedIn?
Yes, your connection. So my name is Ruben. What's your name?
Andre.
Andre. You said you're a developer. For what company?
Atera.
What is like your specialty?
Infrastructure.
Infrastructure. Would that be okay if I make a post about that? Exactly?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Thank you, Andre. All right, we're back to the studio. There is Andre's here, back-end developer at Atera. Just saying hi to Andre. Pretty sure he's the kind of guy who never posted on LinkedIn. Or maybe like he posted once 10 months ago just by reposting its company's post. So he made a post about joining a virtual event and take the lead with AI-powered IT. Why is this a terrible post? Not targeting him. I think most people on LinkedIn do that kind of post. Like, join us, it looks like an ad. Anything that looks like an ad is directly translated into, I don't want to watch this. We're trained as human beings to avoid as much ads as possible. Let's see exactly what he's doing. He's a back-end developer at Atera, and we're going to try to make some good posts for him. What can we write for a back-end developer? I have no idea. Not one. We have 2 ways to do it. We have Perplexity and we have ChatGPT. I'm probably going to use both of them. ChatGPT, if you don't know what it is, where were you for the past 2 years? I have... What? Like... What were you doing? Like, it can give me some ideas. So always state who ChatGPT should be. So you are a content creator specialist. I need you to find 12 angles of different posts for back-end developer working at Atera. Then maybe we can get some information about what the guy is actually doing. Okay, here he put some information, but that was for the previous job. Okay, Atera is big enough for ChatGPT to actually know like what Atera is actually doing. So I want each of those angles to be precise and different enough to be considered unique posts from one another. Don't relate on my personal experience, but rather on the job itself or the company. Yes, he told us about infrastructure. Atera's infrastructure was a good one. Scalability solutions? Sure. So a good LinkedIn post is not an ad, again. So if we just say, oh, look, Atera is awesome, no one's going to buy it. But if you talk to the clients of Atera saying, you should have robust scalability of solutions because of X, Y, Z, and Atera is one of the solutions, but it's not the only one, then you get it. Microservice architecture. Jesus, we really picked the most technical guy possible. But we can do it. Let's select them. I want to iterate on
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 10.
7. Okay, we already have our 7 posts, but maybe I'm just going to change this one for the 11s, and this one is okay. Rewrite them so that it's not about Atera, but about the solution itself. And Atera is one of those companies that can provide it. I'm probably making mistakes in English, and guess what? I'm French, so I can do whatever I want. By the way, I love LLMs because I can say anything to LLMs, and they're like, you're fine. Okay, highlight the importance of robust infrastructure and architecture in remote monitoring and management solution. It sounds fire. I didn't understand any of those things, but I'm going to pretend like I am. And Andrea out there is like, seriously? Bro, that's like basic. Let's try something. I'm a SaaS owner of EasyGen. That marvelous thing, that thing that comes from... No, I'm not going to say that. But it comes from at least one guy living in Tel Aviv. We'll see how magical it is. So we go for your topic and you want to write the topic. I'm trusting EasyGen and the marvels of AI and computer engineering to do a great post without prior information. I'm literally just giving it a topic. But there is a problem with LLMs and with any AI. It is made to be as generic as possible. So you have to imagine ChatGPT being like a big box with a lot of data and a lot of words. If you really want to see like the best analogy to an LLM like ChatGPT, think about your phone. On your phone, when you're typing a word, then it's gonna autofill the next word. And the next word is just the highest probability. So if you say Ruben is an awesome, then the next word is gonna be creator. Or it could be dad, but I don't have kids, so that's the problem. Maybe in the future it's gonna be that. For now, the highest probability is Ruben is an awesome creator. This probability is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just that, but on steroids. Like, it is so good at predicting the next words that somehow we can actually do our job. This is why I say master AI before it masters you, because it turns out that in your work, you're just really good at making texts with a very high probability of what should be right and what should be the actual answer. Now that this is said, okay, LLMs do the highest probability word. The problem is that content is not made that way. If I make make you a post with the highest probability, then it's the most generic post possible. Why is it the most generic possible? Because it's the highest probability. So I'm just going to cover like the basics. But content is the exact opposite. Content should be something that is catchy, that you've never heard before, or at least it's been packaged in a way that you've never seen before. That's why it's new, it's surprising, it catches you off guard. So EasyGen is good at doing this, but needs help from you, because if you're not the one giving the information in the beginning, then it has to figure out itself, and figure out itself for AI, this is just being as generic as possible because it's the highest probability. Just did an entire course of LLM. Introduction of LLM. So this will always generate a post that looks good, but it's the highest probability information. So how can we trick the system? We humans do the research to make sure we get something interesting. So let's say you have this. I'm going to copy it, and hopefully Perplexity is going to do it. What is Perplexity? Perplexity is how you Google, but without you actually Googling. So what do you do when you Google? I see how you Google. You type something, and then you have to read all the articles. And then you kind of have to summarize all of them. And then you have ads. And then you have affiliate marketing. And then you have some pop-up. And then you kind of want to yourself. This is Google. I hate it. I like Google, but not Google search. Perplexity does that for you. You ask something, it's like, got you. I'm just going to read everything and make a nice summary with the citation so you know where I got this information. So what we want is Perplexity to do the research on the topic and get us some sweets so that we're like, hey, we can write something catchy with that. So here's the topic, and we go. Then you do the little dance, because before you used to do Google search, but now the Google search are just done by itself. And I call that little dance, you get dumber with AI. Kind of like the same way I got dumber with Google Maps. I literally have to do 2 lefts, and I still watch Google Maps and like, is this the left that I think it is? Or is it like a covered right? I don't know. Okay, here are some surprising and precise... Jesus, I hope it's good, because I'm the dumb human. I'm just going to copy it and hopefully it's going to work. If I was Andre, I could edit it, add my own spice, but since I'm a monkey on architecture and backend development for Atera, I'm just going to trust Perplexity. And generate. And then you do the little dance, and that's nice now. It's much better. First one was a charm. Here is like a French reference, but we had like this TV game where a guy needed to have keys, and he needed to have like 7 keys, and every time he was collecting a key, it was like 1. So we need to do 7 posts, so it's like we got 1. Remember when I said I hate Google? I'm still using it. Post number 1, you who are listening very carefully, you should not post it exactly like this. 1, you should check everything that is said, because I'm talking about your company and your job. I'm not the best one to tell you what is best, but I'm pretty sure you're good at it. Number 2, don't post just an image. It's not catchy, it's not sticky. And don't post the terrible things that any company and corporate world wants to design. The more authentic, the rawest, the better. It needs to deliver some sort of information so I can understand it. And a good way to start is Pinterest. Oh God, you're doing a job that is so, I'm not going to say boring, but I thought about it very hard. Oh, I have an idea. You're doing kind of like cybersecurity stuff. You see, you type cybersecurity, boom, Pinterest is like piece of cake. I have so much cool stuff you can share. So okay, we've got 1. Now it's time to do like the Rocky. Watch us sending this to Andre, and then he's like, all of these are wrong. And I'm like, oh really? Because I know so much about cybersecurity, so I thought that was good. Perplexity is like, dude, why do I have to read all of this? I didn't ask for it. I don't think you pay me enough for that. Okay, copy, post number 4. Number 5. All right, number 6. Do it. Do it for us, for the boys. Generate. Looks like a post to me. Number 6. Done. The last one is the most open one. It's like collaboration between backend and front-end teams. It's pretty nice. And for the last one, wow. Wait, that's a great one, actually. Look at this. You work on front-end and I will work on backend. And then when they connect, that could be fun. I'm just going to paste the image. A little AI dance that gets us dumb. I mean, technically, you're the one mastering it. So you extract the text, you explain the image, and then you tell me why it mattered. regenerate. Boom. Collaboration is a superpower. Bam, bam, bam. It's a different kind of post. You're gonna go more viral. It's about collaboration between front end and back end. And if I'm someone who's also collaborating with other people, I can relate to it. But RMM solution, hard for me to relate, but maybe your client and the people you want to hype do relate to it. So this is why you need a little bit of both. So here, I'm gonna do an 8th post. It's like the bonus post. It's like, if everything fails, you can do that bonus post and you can use that image or try to build your own one. And guess what? You're gonna have it. 8th post, Mr. Andre. It's been
10
minutes and I made Andre successful. I mean, hopefully. So successful that now I retired to the Bahamas.